It should be all good.
All right. Here we go. A couple of snafus, but looks like we're all ready to get underway. Only an hour behind schedule, but guys, don't worry. Most of the other matches, I believe, were similarly delayed, so we should still be able to cast at least 4, if not all 5 of the matches we were scheduled to do. But it's going to be Mineski on the Sentinel, not the Radiant, the Sentinel. And it's going to be Awa playing the Centaur. LBG, believe you mentioned he's the stand-in handling that Templar Assassin. Woot's going to be on the Earthshaker, and RR on the Shadow Demon. Last hero will be my personal favorite from Mineski. It's Jay playing the puck.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for him. He's one of those very flashy players who'll somehow like get off countless solo kills. You're just not watching his lane. He'll suddenly be like, "What? Puck just killed someone by himself? That shouldn't happen." Oh, he just got a double kill on the tri lane. Wait, what? But over on the Scourge side, the team who have been playing really well the last couple of months, and I think have actually exceeded Mineski in terms of results and performances. They got second place, I think, 2 months ago. Last month they didn't place in the top 3, but they did do very well making it through past their group. We've got Neolution Esports, the team from Thailand. There's now a Neolution from the Philippines as well. We've got Taji playing the winner, and we've got Noxism playing the Chen, BLZ playing the Crystal Maiden, KYT playing his trademark Morphling, then finally Ints or Intriso playing the Lone Druid.
Yeah, and it's going to be the offlane Lone Druid now. He can look to pull the creep way back with the bear, and it's hard to dive this hero early on, but they definitely have the heroes to do it. And are they going to try lane, though? It looks like Earthshaker maybe just setting up to check that top rune. Wood's probably going to put some wards down for his puck. Not sure if he'll stay there, but the problem with this offlane puck is Jade probably won't die, as long as he doesn't play poorly. But Morphling can dominate this matchup, no problem 1v1. And then you have freedom for your support to roam around, help out the other lanes. I expect that KYT is just going to crush this lane. He really should based on the matchup.
Yeah, he's going to free farm, but something that not just Mineski, but that these Southeast Asian teams love to do with a hero like Puck, if they're up against a trial where they can't farm, they'll go into the jungle and use some of those sort of like cheeky little spots where you can basically kill neutrals without taking any damage, either sit in a cliff, sit on some trees. They'll use these little spots. There's even one over at the Ancients on the Scourge side where you can sit in those trees as a Puck, kill the Ancients from level 1 without taking any damage. So there's all kinds of little spots you can use as a Puck to actually get some farm, get some XP, even if you're up when in theory you would be up against a trial lane. So he could just completely abandon top lane if he wants to.
Yeah, he'll get something out of that lane. Of course, the downside is he's not shutting down the Morph lane, but it's pretty hard to do that anyway, especially when he's in the safe lane, especially with Chen and Crystal Maiden, if necessary, available to assist. Yeah, but I wish I could show those spots right now. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like there's all kinds of lag issues at the moment, and we are paused.
Yeah, it looks like Mineski pinging a bit high. This is going to come. Well, basically, part of the reason why
really
all these are so late is that there's been some crazy floods going on in the Philippines, which is, I mean, so that's led to teams being late as well as some various lag and other issues as well, I'm sure. So hopefully, it is something that does clear up a bit.
Guys, apparently the water is up to their knees, and that's in the areas that aren't as flooded right now. So definitely show the players some love, give them some credit for making it here to the match. It's a lot of other teams would just try to reschedule, but this is GEST. This is September, the International Dota Cup. These teams, they want a piece of that glory. They want a piece of the pie. They're not going to back out for anything. And it looks like, no, we're not ready to go, as though the viewers hadn't waited long enough. But, you know, the good thing is the longer we wait, the better this match has to be. Right?
Oh yeah, and that's my theory as well. It's just going to keep getting hyped up more and more. And one of those funny things is, as late as we've started in the past, I remember 1 month, I think the first game literally started 2 hours late. We still finished early because there's an hour and a half for each match itself. So it's kind of one of those things where the matches, you're not going to actually, it's not going to get pushed back too far. What may happen is that we have to cast a different game to what's scheduled because depending on what, we may have to follow a team throughout their bracket, whereas we miss another game. But I think it should be okay.
If there's 2 teams that I wouldn't mind following, and Mineski and Neolution have to be near the top of that list, so
yeah,
I think we'll be okay, even if it does come to that. And I'm sure the fans out there won't be upset, especially if it's Mineski. Of course, as usual, there are a lot of Pinoys excited to watch this match. So, these lineups, the Centaur pick, unorthodox as it might be, do you think it's going to work? I mean, you're up against heroes like Morphling, who are just so difficult to kill to begin with. Then he's got Chen backing him up. Lone Druid's very tanky. Do they have enough burst damage to deal with them? I feel like they're just going to have to play so incredibly well to kill off these carries.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot is actually resting on the Templar Assassin. I mean, Centaur's got the easy lane. He's going to get farm. He should get free farm regardless. I mean, you're up against the Bear who can obviously pull the creep wave away, get some farm himself, but that shouldn't affect Centaur. He should be getting free farm here. Templar Assassin at the mid lane has to have a big impact, has to shine. It's a pretty even matchup, the Windrunner against the Templar Assassin. Windrunner has actually gone for the 6 GG branches build. Has used up all her gold, so I'm not so sure
Maybe
where
she
the
bought
rest of the gold went.
or the wards. That's interesting if she did.
CM and Chen. Oh, Chen's very bare in terms of items. I guess they've got maybe a
there's
double
something
courier.
on the courier. It looks like the courier might be heading out. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is walking out there. So. And just gambling a little bit.
I see a pink dot on the minimap. I think Windrunner has a courier about to go down the middle lane.
Off the bat.
I'm not sure what that is. I guess it's a courier scout.
It's one of these things where you'd love to be able to see exactly what kind of a courier that is. Is a walking courier pretty bold for it to be out there at this point of the game? I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, based on their current gold and items, I mean, Chen with no gold, no items, Windrunner with no gold and 6 branches, CM bought wards. I don't think CM bought a chicken, but yeah, this could be a level 1 flying courier coming out of this Chen here. So some very ambitious play, and that's what you've almost forced into doing that when you're up against opponents who will bottle crow you. If you're in a 1v1 matchup without any ganks, you're always going to lose to an opponent who's bottle crow. Even if it's a matchup you should win, like you could be an invoker against like a melee hero, like a Slada or a DK. You're gonna lose if they're bottle crowing. You lose because they just keep on spamming their nukes either to farm or to harass you.
Or just
unlimited regen.
Or even just to push the lane to control the runes and then set up ganks elsewhere. So whatever you want to do with the bottle crowing, if you're allowed to do it and your opponent doesn't respond, you're right. You gets into a situation where you're just going to lose the lane. In that matchup, Windrunner versus TA, generally I would say I give TA the edge. Although she's not going to kill Windrunner, just has a lot more damage to work with thanks to refraction. Windrunner doesn't have too many ways to remove it, just aside from auto-attacking. But Chen could be the X factor there. And the other thing is when you bring Bottle Crow into play, then you can spam Power Shot, and that is better at pushing the lane than even Refraction and Sideblades combined, I would say. And you can also do it very safely. So between Chen and the Bottle Crow, I think Windrunner might be able to at least break even here. Which, when you look at how much emphasis has to be on this TA getting fat, is probably enough, to be honest, for this lineup.
Yeah, that's the hope that Windrunner does break even. I mean, Power Shot can be used to farm and match the TA in terms of farm, but TA with the bonus damage has more potential to actually get those denies in, especially early on. But once Windrunner has level 5, has the Bottle Crow happening, Power Shot spam's going to be coming out, pushing the lane, as well as just free farming away. So both heroes should, in theory, get a lot of farm. TA maybe with a couple more denies, but it will be a fairly even matchup. And then you've got the two tri-lane versus solo heroes. Mineski, they don't have much potential to push the lane early. I mean, Centaur is going for a straight Bassi ring. He's got a ring of protection. But it's Neolution with the Chen. They can pick up some creeps. The CM Morphling, I mean, just a bit better at clearing creep waves maybe. And they can push a lot faster. ES may not even spend much time at bottom lane considering he's not going to really help them push. He may look to help out the mid lane. I mean, if he can help, even not get a kill, but just get some harass at mid lane, it could help him out.
Yeah, I just feel right now that all of the solo heroes for Neolution, and yeah, Morphling's gonna have some help from the CM, but even if he was soloing, I just think all these 3 heroes, the Windrunner, the Morphling, the Lone Druid, just so difficult to deal with in the lane that you really need 2 or 3, and even 2 might not be enough. And if it's not enough, then well, you're giving somebody's getting farmed is really the bottom line, and that's the way this lineup seems to be constructed here for Neolution. It just has 3 heroes that are so difficult to drive out of the lane that no matter what happens, you'll get some farm, you'll get some levels up. And even if Mineski finds the ganks, which it's Mineski, of course they're going to, will they be ganking enough? It's almost that 3 carry strategy that was really popular in China back in 2010.
Yeah, it's something that they do bring back a bit, and especially the solo heroes really played as carries. The Centaur, he's not going to be played as in full carry. I don't think he's going to go for a raid. I think it's more likely he just looks to tank up, get a blink dagger, and be that initiator that they need.
Yeah, top lane is going to be Jay facing off against the CM. Probably going to see some blows traded here. So far, both teams not trying to go for anything too aggressive off the bat. Just getting some farm, the wards being placed down. Defensive ward here for the Lone Druid. He did pull the creep way back with his bear. That means some safe farm for him. And in comes the rotation from the Earthshaker. Going to be probably picking up this Illusion Rune. Maybe thinking about setting up a gank, but with the ward here, and especially as Lone Druid, it's just very hard to pick him off. So he should be okay. Mid lane, blows being traded as well. It seems pretty even so far. 2-2 and 2-1 the creep scores. So No one lane going horribly for their team. Top lane, Jay taking some harassment from CM, really being aggressive here. He does have the salve and the tango, so he'll be okay. But chewing through that regen very quickly.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, bottom lane, I think Bear does still need to be careful. They can dive him under tower. With Shadow Demon Disrupt and the illusions can help tank the tower, and then Centaur goes in with a stun, ES Fissure. There's enough chain stun and illusions tank the tower. They can get a kill very early on. The fast Bassi ring also gives all of them plus armor, because the main deterrent is going to be the tower. That's what stops them from diving the tower to get this Bear. But with these items, with these heroes, I think they can do it now. So ES may look for that swing in soon, although for now, he just wants to pull some creeps.
Yeah, they at least need to get a couple of levels up. Constant lag here for Mineski. Unfortunately, it looks like maybe it's the weather and the flooding just causing some issues for the internet. Cannot play, says Jay, but I'm sure things will settle down. For the moment, Lone Druid is not dying, and you're right, they definitely can pick him off. The other nice trick you can do is when you disrupt him, is if you disrupt him in the right spot, the illusions can body block, which helps set up the stomp. And of course with Fissure there as well. If he gets caught out by anyone, he's almost certainly dead. But will they catch him out? He's playing very defensively. I almost feel like a smoke gank is going to be the better way to do it, because he can just sit so far back with the hero. And yeah, looks like we're just waiting for the players to... Hopefully Mineski will get their internet issues sorted out soon. Oh, it's a full-blown typhoon. I thought it was just some flooding.
It seems it's like every week there's some crazy new storm going on there.
Forget about the Bermuda Triangle, man. Southeast Asia has it way worse in that regard.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess there we go. We now pause that game, and yeah, I mean, bottom lane we could see some aggression fairly soon. Mid lane, Templar Assassin it looks like he's got his bottle now. He's not going to bring it out just yet. Waiting to get that flying courier coming in, and Windrunner as well. Both those two heroes are going to be getting their bottle at a similar time here. The flying courier right off the bat for Windrunner, so he just needs to get enough gold for it. And I think right now it's going slightly better for Neolution because they have got the Chen in the jungle. ES starting to pull now, but he can not farm as fast as the Chen can.
Yeah, even this middle lane, Templar Assassin taking a lot of damage, trying to save up for that bottle. Although she doesn't have quite enough gold yet, needs about 350 to go as well, and she's quite low, so she's really got to be careful. They are pulling bottom lane. They've abandoned top lane. You talked about it. Yep. Jay can either look to just pull this wave towards mid, or he can go up onto the hill over here and just farm it safely, but it's very slow to do that. And now Morphlene's completely free, which means CM can rotate towards mid, even go towards bottom, and she might be the X Factor. Her and Chen together, does he have a smoke? He does. They could set something up, and I feel Templar Assassin right now, this would be a perfect time to pick her off.
Yeah, and Puck does actually manage to pull a couple of creeps from
really
the creep
nice.
wave. That's farm denied from Windrunner. Help out the Templar Assassin pull the wave back a bit. Templar Assassin, who's not having the best start at mid lane. Now that the Bottle Crow's happening, should be doing a bit better. But for now, taking a lot of damage, and we'll have to keep on currying back and forth that bottle. And Morphling at top. Yeah, I mean, he's just going to free farm, and that's really the worry for Mineski.
Well, they do have a Arena Basilius on the bottom lane. You talked about needing the armor. It's not just for tower diving, though. This will help them push that lane. And Lone Druid, although he's difficult to kill, the Bear can help slow down the push. It's really not enough by itself. They will do some damage to this tower. If left unchecked, they'll bring it down, but the question is, are they getting enough? Middle lane, Windrunner really diving for this one. Right clicks on, Refraction is up. He'll be okay. Unfortunately, that DD is not really any better than the regular auto attacks right now. But he will help him last hitting quite a bit, and really on the back foot at the moment. 14-3 for the Windrunner. Templar Assassin keeping pace in terms of the farm, but just getting out harassed, and this is the power of that Bottle Crow now that it's available, is you can push the lane harder than the TA can.
Yeah, and with that DD runner, that put a lot of pressure on TA, but TA still slightly ahead in terms of... Well, actually, no, they're pretty much dead even, both on 15-3. Yeah, wow. Completely dead even there.
And
it
that's
just comes
really
down to
impressive
who has
for
their
a
bottles.
Windrunner.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that DD rune definitely helped, though.
We can be clear about that. For me, the big thing is we still have not seen the CM or the Chen look to set something up. Look at this. Cheeky play with the Tornado, killing off the neutral camp. I normally like to see stacking up the bigger camps first, but just farming whatever he can in the jungle. Great job here from CSM, just getting whatever he can out. And they're still not getting the tower bottom lane. It's starting to take some chip damage, but they could either go for the gank, which I mentioned with the smoke, or just go push top. The lane's empty, and even if Puck shows up, if he uses that orb to stop your push or to try to slow it down, well, it's only a level 1 orb, but even if he uses it, then he doesn't have it to escape, so it's kind of dangerous to do so.
Yeah, I think at the moment Morphling's just happy to take the free farm. If he pushes the lane out, it's giving the lane to Puck to come back and get some XP and farm. He farms a lot slower in the jungle here, so Morphling says, alright, we're just going to keep this wave here until he feels like he's got a big enough advantage. Then he may look to push it. For now, though, Mineski, I feel they haven't capitalized on this lone druid offlane. They should have gone for a smoke gang, or even just a wrap run. Even if they're walking through the river, I mean, at least it forces Bear right back. And if Bear doesn't play safe enough, he could get picked off.
He definitely could, but yeah, look at the tri-lane. It's a level 2 Earthshaker, level 4 Shadow Demon. Even the Centaur is only level 4, so they're really not farming incredibly quickly. And although there's been no action, looks like we will have a quick save from our man GoDz. And well, I mean, we've gotten 5 minutes in. You know, if we have to restart now, another 5 minute delay, I just don't know what we would do. So
exactly. Gotta be safety first. Gotta make sure we got those saves in. But for now, I mean, Morphling picking up, looks to be going for some early treads here. He's picked up a gloves, a haste, and boots. He hasn't finished off the treads, so I'd be very shocked if he picks up a full-blown Midas this early on, especially considering he bought all those others.
Look at Woots taking a lot of damage. Bottom lane's defensive disruption. Will we see a solo kill? No, I don't think so, but the Bear doing so much work. Maybe he was lagging because he didn't react for at least a second, 2 seconds there. And yeah, you talk middle lane onto the Windrunner, goes LBG looking for some more harassment, but that Windrun really negating. But you're seeing, even though Windrunner's not going down, now that TA has a couple points of refraction, especially the traps, she can be the one applying pressure and really pushing the Templar Assassin back. Bottom lane, Jay looking for the rune, not going to find it. Looks like actually, sorry, he did. It's an illusion rune. Not the best rune, but he'll take it. And Jay's level 3. He's getting something. It's not what you would hope for. It's not as good as being in that top lane. Or generally it wouldn't be anyway, but he's getting something.
And Centaur Warchief picks up early phase boots. He'd stockpiled up about 1800 gold, goes to the phase boots. It's a good item to get nice and early on. The mobility really is what you need to make sure you can get those hoof stomps off. And that's going to give him potential to go on this Bear at bottom lane. They actually use a stomp just to force him to resummon his Spirit Bear. Now Lone Druid needs to be careful. Centaur's going to go in here, and it looks like this could be...
Block!
The Fissure just not in the right position, and look at this. If there's an entangle, that's a dead Shadow Demon. It could be dead anyways. Needs to disrupt himself.
He
does
dead.
block the last power damage, but he's going to die anyways. Or is he? CM missed the Nova, gets the Frostbite off. First blood to Neolution Esports. A bit of an unlucky Fissure block there with the tower, but still overextending was the Shadow Demon.
Oh man, unlucky might be an understatement. that was just not enough for him to get out. Does like you're trying to squeeze through a turnstile or something, and there's something like partially blocking it. Just couldn't get through, misses his train, and then dies for his trouble. Not the kind of start you're hoping for, but hey, these things happen. It's a first blood going towards the the Scourge squad. Not what you want, but not the end of the world. Either middle lane, LBG diving, but this might be an overextension. In comes the Nova, the right clicks as well. Tower doing some decent damage. Shackle, not gonna latch. Here comes the Courier. More bottle charges delivered, and 2 Wraith Bands picked up. I haven't seen this very often. Just going for raw stats and some more damage. Really wants to dominate this lane. Not rushing the phase boots, the more aggressive choice. Not rushing the Blink Dagger. And bottom lane, it's the Bear in Bear form, blocked off, but they can't fight against him right now. They really need to back stomp defensively. And once you let Lone Druid get level 7, winning this lane is nearly impossible unless he really slips up.
Yeah, man, Lone Druid, I don't think they've even got enough damage to kill him, because Shadow Demon and ES don't offer a huge amount of DPS. I mean, the Fissure does a little bit.
And they're going in.
They're going to go on him, but he's got 1k HP. He could just turn this around.
This is a bad idea.
He's going to do that. This is a very bad idea.
Oh, nice Fissure block. Will he get away? Soul Catcher, stop, pulls the Bear back in, running away. That is not what you hope for when you give your Centaur the safe lane free farm.
And Shadow Demon's dead. He could have got almost a triple kill there with a couple...
Oh, he got the kill in the end. Sorry, guys. Move my camera away. But, yeah.
The Shadow Demon was entangled and just getting hit by creeps. I mean, there was the ES and Centaur barely escaping as well. I mean, 1k HP, they just don't have the damage for him.
And this Chen has not even participated. He's already level 6. If it wasn't already hard to kill him, now it just got a lot harder because he's got the heal to work with. This is going to be so tough, and Morphling's free farming. Pretty much no lane is going particularly well, except the middle lane where it is LBG. Winning by about 11 CS, but it's not like he's got triple the CS. It's not like he's killed the Windrunner, and he's not going for a big, aggressive early game item. He's got 900 gold, could pick up the phase boots. I'm not sure they're doing enough with these lanes so far to justify the tri-lane bottom, but this is Mineski. They have a magical way of turning things around in the mid game. Big dive on mid. Not going to go in, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Windrunner, as long as he doesn't play
top
too poorly,
lane,
he can get harassed
top lane, replicate onto Puck. Puck dropping low. There is a waveform, I believe, bottling up. Can Jay get out of this pickle that he's in? Now he's just going to waltz on through. Not enough. Burnt down by the Morphling. And meanwhile, bottom lane, no, never mind. Lone Druid back at his tower. So another lane that's really not going well. What do you do at this point if you're Mineski?
I don't even know. I mean, Chen hasn't even left the jungle here. Chen's just been perfectly happy free farming away. That level 6 actually helped out the lanes a lot. I mean, Lone Druid got down fairly low. He switches to ranged form, and then Chen heals him up, then he goes back to the melee form, and he's healed up a heap of HP. And I mean, this is really going to be tough for Mineski to do anything. They need Centaur to get up that Blink Dagger now, maybe, just to start roaming around the map. They need Puck to get his level 6. He's level 5.5, and he's picked up a null talisman. And then they just need to group up, go for kills, go for some ganks. Templar Assassin as well. I mean, looks like Phase Boots, yet Phase Boots, no, Treads are actually coming. So Treads with a couple of Wraith Bands. I have to agree, I'm surprised we went for the 2 Wraiths. I mean, I feel Phase Boots offered just as much damage. Yeah, I mean, that could have been a Phase Boots instead. Then you get damage. You don't get a couple stats. I mean, you get a couple points of intel, a couple points of strength, a bit faster attack speed, but it's not really worth getting when you can just get the fast Phase Boots, I feel.
Yeah, and the thing about TA, like generally when you get those stats, it helps you last hit, it gives you a little bit of extra mana, but you're already bottle crowing. You really don't need it too much. You have plenty of mana to work with. You're winning your lane easily. Generally, when you're dominating your lane, you go for something a little bit more aggressive, but top lane, it's Jay in a lot of trouble. Here comes that Chen. Waveform in, big damage, easy kill, and the TP. TA joins this fight. Does she want to be here? Netted, held in place. The Chen creeps chewing through her. Shockwave comes in. Will it be enough? Meld. Can LBG get anything done for his team? Chen juking. The juke path used previously by Jay, now being turned against them. Morphling still fighting. Earthshaker's joined the fight. The trap gets dropped. There's the hand of God. How is this Chen still alive? Wave in again, and down goes the Earthshaker. Oh no, Chen still alive. Are you kidding me? Is he going to escape? Is there any way? Is there any way? No, he's not. Held in place. Frostbite and net. This TA, this has been at least a 30-second fight, and it's not over yet. In the end, they clean up multiple kills, and Jay gets a couple. That is big time for Mineski. It looked bad for a little while there. Chen broke some ankles, but they soldiered on anyway, guys.
Yeah, they traded well enough. I mean, I think in the end it was like sort of a 2-for-1 or a 2-for-2 trade, losing a kill early on. They're actually going to look for a kill at bottom lane now. Bear caught a bit out of position. Oh, great fissure block. This could be bad for the Bear. I mean, he's so damn tanky. And Tangled, I think that's going to stop the Centaur Hope Stomp. He's got the phase boots. He can catch up. He's going to be looking pretty good here. As he doesn't have any boots. I don't think he can get away here. He's going to need another
There's an invis rune. There's an invis rune. Fissured away from it. Will it matter? Shackle not going to hit. This bear is probably going to escape. Oh no. And just to rub it in a little bit more, Windrunner picks up the invis. Now goes the other way. Maybe going to look for a Shackle. Killing this guy is going to be very difficult. Looks like 2 kills happen on the other side of the map. Now Centaur probably going to take a false stomp. Still running. Power shot through. How is he alive? He's going to live, and now it goes back towards the Syllabear, who's running for his own life, but still alive incredibly. And if they dive this, there's going to be a Shackle shot. This could be bad for TA. Where's that Shackle? Not finding it yet. Oh, finds 2 heroes. Are you kidding me? Taji, great individual play there. Patience from him, but the trap, it looks like in the end they should get away. Nope, maybe not. Power shot is going to hit, but it's not enough. And while this was all happening, it looks like there's action elsewhere on the map, and we missed the kills, but I think that was a good trade. That was some crazy back and forth.
Yeah, high intensity play from both teams there, and I think the winner
only top lane. KYT, silenced. The orb, is he morphing to strength? He's not, but he's got a Ghost Scepter. Oh, he's actually going to wave in for this.
If that wave had hit, he could have almost done enough damage, and not going to matter. It doesn't actually get the kill, but man, that was crazy stuff. I mean, that 2-hero Shackle shot was spot on, but I think it's a low-level Shackle shot. I think he actually got multiple points in win run just because of the Templar Assassin in lane.
Yeah.
He decided to get maybe a second or even a third point in win run. So he's going to need to get some more levels before he has that high-level Shackle shot.
Yeah, it's really strong in lane because Windrunner, it's all physical damage from her. Even the meld shots will not hit you if you're windrunning. And their goal was just for Windrunner to do as well as she could in the lane. They weren't really asking for her to gank too much. That's what they had the Chen for, and just the very survivable solo hero in the Lone Druid, and the tanky carry in the Morphling. So I think they're fine with this. But you're right. Higher level Shackle shot there might have turned things around. And look at the pressure from Neolution. Not only are they breaking pretty evenly and won the laning phase really, but they're being aggressive now. The Chen creeps in the bottom lane, the Tornado coming out there from the Wildkin. They're not letting up with the pressure, and now that Lone Druid's already hitting level 9, he can start to work on this tower. Chen plus Lone Druid, where is the spam to deal with these two? Oh, here comes the fight.
Well, Fissure's not going to actually hit anyone. It does block the Chen in, and this could be trouble for Chen. Chen has a mech, though. Probably has mech as well as his ulti. He pops one, he's going to pop the other one. He will go down. Templar Assassin, too much burst damage, and now Bimbo is on the hunt with his puck. Looks like CM will escape. Mineski, I mean, they commit 5 heroes to that. They brought all 5 heroes bottom. They're going to pick up some Chen creeps as well, but
they're not done.
Not the best result.
CM's caught.
Looks like CM will go down, yeah.
Yeah, there's your Fissure. A couple more auto attacks, and the orb to follow as well. Jay, level 8. It was a horrible lane for him. He didn't even want to be in that lane, but now he's still making great things happen around the map. Gotta say right now, Jay, 3-2, but he's been involved in almost every engagement. Almost found a solo kill in the Morph lane, but it is almost. And now the Morph lane's got a GHOST Scepter up. He's got all the basics, and he's working towards the shotgun. And if he gets the shotgun up, there will be some tasty targets. I wouldn't say the whole team is. Centaur pretty tanky. TA can dodge a lot of that with refraction, but the other 3 are going to have to be very careful.
Yeah, it's a great time to have against a hero like an Earthshaker who you really want to pick off early on in the fight. Stop those fishes coming out. Stop the blink ulti. So it's a nice item to have here. Puck at mid. He's another who can block some of that. I mean, if he's fast with that phase shift, which Jay is, you can always block a lot of that damage from Morphling, but he may just wait for the phase shift to be used. But plenty of targets, and with all these heals on Neolution's side, they're making themselves very hard to kill. Something which is going to cause Mineski some problems. Even if they get some nice initiation from the Puck, the Centaur, the ES Fishes, they need a lot of damage to bring down any heroes.
I feel they really need this Blink Dagger on Jay right now, because if he blinks in and drops the silence, it won't help you too much against the lone Druid, but everyone else. Windrunner can't Windrun away, the Morphling can't toggle Morph if he's already silenced, and then the rest of the team can follow up. So to me, that's the #1 item right now for Mineski, and that will really help counter the potential tankiness of this lineup. If he can get it up in, let's say, the next 3 or 4 minutes, and then continue to be aggressive, but do so intelligently and find some kills, that's going to be something to keep our eyes on. For the moment, he is farming, so it looks like Jay realizes he definitely needs this.
Yeah, he does, and he wants to get this blink back dagger at the top lane, Jay. Then he's probably going to go try help out his team. Morphling, I mean, I mean, with the treads, the wand, the ring of backward, the bottle, a lot of cheapish items. His Ethereal Blade's been slowing down a lot considering his free farm. I mean, he hit 100 CS around this 15-16 minute mark. He could have that Ethereal Blade probably in the next minute or so if he hadn't bought all these smaller items. But as a result, it's going to be slowed down a bit. And Mineski still do have a couple-minute window where they're not in too much danger of just dying to this Morphling should a fight erupt.
Right, there's also a lone Druid, though, and it's easy to forget about him. He's not as flashy as the Morphling. He's not going to find as many kills early. But he's working towards the Relic, and the Radiance is going to be so annoying for TA to deal with. That, as well as the Orb of Venom, which I believe will also proc some refraction charges. And just the damage over time for the Radiance, plus both of the auto attack coming from the hero and the bear. That's going to make life really difficult for TA when that Radiance comes online. And so far, I mean, who do you gank? Do you go gank the Morphling? Do you go gank the Syllabear? Whichever direction you go, you know the other one's going to be counter-pushing and punishing you for not ganking him.
Yeah, I think for now it's going to be a get this Blink Dagger on Puck and then just group up and team fight. I mean, they've got Neolution have a lot of heals, but they haven't got as much damage as like until they get this Ethereal Blade and Radiance up. Before they get those, they can't really team fight all that well or that cost effectively. So Neolution want to go for those smaller scale engagements, the mismatches, which is what they're doing now. They've smoked up in the bottom river. They're looking maybe for a pickup on a hero like this Centaur at bottom lane. He's tanky, but he cannot survive this 4-man gank.
The bigger gank might be top lane, though, where they want the Morphling. The question is, can they actually find him? Here comes the smoke gank. Fissure to start. Blink in. Meld as well. Echo Slam too, but he's still alive. He's tanking up. Even with the stinking Soul Catcher on him, they cannot bring him down. He waveforms out. Looks like he's probably going to live. I'm going to sneak a peek at bottom where it is one hero going down. So the Centaur dies. Can they kill this Morphling? Fissured, still chasing. Meld, waveform onto the high ground. TP out by KYT, and that's just the power of Morphling.
Oh yeah, I mean, the only way they were going to get that kill, I think, was if Puck got a blink silence off before he started morphing to strength, because that would have prevented him from casting it. But once he starts casting it, you're not going to kill him quickly. You can only kill him if you can kill like 3 to 4k of his HP. Once he starts morphing, he just became and he replicates back to the top lane. He had a replicate sitting there waiting for him. So, talk about a balanced hero.
That's insult to injury. God's dropping the balance discussions.
Have you
lost?
An imbalanced hero.
Have you lost the game to Morphling recently? God.
Imbalanced skill. I think the morph strength is just a joke. Like how many escape spells he has.
He's got 4. He's got 4 escape spells. Yeah. If you really think about it. And here comes the
carry or even even a solo mid hero. It's ridiculous. I don't think he's entirely imbalanced, but he's just so much he can do. And we're going to see Neolution just get a couple towers for themselves now.
You know, I kind of feel like he could be fixed with just a couple slight tweaks. I've heard people go really extreme and say, oh, they should remove the stats of Morph, and he shouldn't be able to toggle it when he's silenced, or Or he shouldn't be able to use it if he's silenced or stunned, and he should be able to toggle it when he's stunned, which he can do. You know, that might be a little bit too extreme, but I think with some slight tweaks, he could be brought back into balance. We saw it with Anti-Mage, who was out of control for a time. Just a slight nerf, really, to the base attack time, which affects your attack speed pretty significantly, and the armor getting reduced. And, well, Anti-Mage is strong, but he's not nearly as versatile as Morphling, and especially not after that nerf.
Yeah, and Neolution, I mean, this is the problem now for Mineski, is that they've got all their, well, most of their key items up. They've got the Ethereal Blade. The Bear is getting close to his Radiance, I believe. He's got enough gold for his Relic. He still needs to get the actual recipe itself. But with all these tower kills, Road Initiation, mid lane, Jay, Blink, Call, Silence. But the heal, I mean, they're losing RR, they're losing their own, and they haven't actually killed anyone, just not enough damage coming out of Mineski.
Oh, the TA is caught out now. This could be bad. That's the big damage dealer. And Crystal made it with a huge ultimate. Shackle as well. Power shot 2. Down he goes. 2 kills. And everybody from Mineski fleeing back to the base. It was a perfect initiation by Jay. But where was the follow-up? It just wasn't there. And they're not done yet. Waveform in. Is the shotgun online? I believe it might have been cooling down. Didn't want to drop it anyway on the Centaur. Not the easiest hero to shotgun down, but they get a couple kills. Blink it again. Jay going man mode, and now he's running out. He really can't fight. He's doing everything in his power to slow them down. But this is the weakness of Puck. You set up the fight, but you don't do any damage. That's where your team has to come in. And TA can do some, but they have so many ways to deal with her. You talked about the heals. You also have the Frostbite, which is very potent against her. And all the while, Lone Druid wasn't even there. He's just in his own universe, top lane, has the Relic up. Radiance coming up at 200 gold, just pushing that lane. And I feel from here, all that Neolution really needs to do is just split push, find the kills where they can, and just farm their way in this one. I don't think Mineski can afford for this to go much longer, but they also really can't fight right now.
Yeah, they can't. Things are just going to keep going more and more Neolution's way, especially if they want to take down Roshan now as well, get themselves the Aegis. They've taken all the other towers. It's just going to start. It's already started to snowball, and now that these big items coming up, shotgun replicate out. Goodbye, Shadow Demon.
The whole team shows up a few seconds later. Sorry I missed that one, guys. I will try to keep an eye on this Morphling, but you can imagine how that goes. Ethereal Blade into Adaptive Strike, Waveform to follow it up, and an easy kill. And now they're going to go towards Roshan. This is the big engagement. If somehow Mineski can pull one out of the hat, win a fight here, but there's wards up, and it doesn't look like there aren't smoked, so this is pretty, I gotta say this is pretty bold. They're also doing this 4v5. And what a time to call for a save, but it looks like LBG gonna lead the fight. I really don't think he should be the one going in first. To me, it should be the Centaur. They need him alive to do the damage, but in the end, Mineski is gonna back off for the moment.
Yeah, this is not going to be an easy fight for Mineski to take or to win, but it's almost a fight they have to. If they don't take this, if they back off, give up Roshan, then it's sort of going to become an even worse situation for them, where it's just going to be Neolution having complete map control, farming out the map if they want, or even just grouping up and pushing if they want. They've got so many options to win the game, whereas Mineski, it's really now where they have to strike and do something to catch Neolution by surprise. I mean, their lanes are pushed out. They could go for a smoke, go for a wraparound, but it's going to be really hard to make it work.
But look at the patience here from Neolution. They all camp up together on the high ground. Very defensive, patient play. They wait until they see heroes show up in the lane. The TA shows up mid. The Centaur shows up bottom, and now they go back into the pit. So they play it safe. They play it patiently, and Jay can try. Maybe he'll even go for a blink in and try to ninja this Aegis. But that's going to be very, very tricky to do so. And for the moment, I mean, I said patient. This is almost too patient, I want to say. You know the Centaur's not there. You could probably take it 4v5, but they're just going to sit on the hill. They're not pushing out the lanes. I got to say, the Bear doing a lot of harassment, but I got to say Mineski is really doing the best they can in this situation, and they're playing a little bit better right now.
Yeah, they're stalling this, and it's going to be, we have to see whether or not they can get in there. The Radiance Bear, though, just really pushing them back,
Jay.
and Mineski don't have a mech or anything to heal that off.
Jay gets caught. This could be big trouble. Looks like the Hand of God comes out. Will it be enough? Jay taking a lot of damage. The shotgun comes in. Morphling just picking up kills left, right, and center. Double kill for him, and he's not done yet. Now they turn to TA with that Radiance burn. GG's come out. Oh no, gods. The fan favorite Mineski. Neolution is too strong. It was a bad start. They went for an unorthodox hero pick in the Centaur, and boy was I pulling for them in this game. But Neolution just played the matchup perfectly. They really did. And that failed gank bottom, I feel like that set the tone for this game.
They they just really gave Lone Druid so much space at bottom lane to get farm, to get XP, and once he got level 5, he had the Entangles coming in. Level 6, he gets the ulti up, and they can't even kill him or touch him, and then towards the end there, you just see that with the mech up, the Chen free farms, he didn't even have to help out in lane. The Morphling just had a free farming time at top lane. I feel that Neolution drafted and laned it better. They were winning more lanes. They were out farming Mineski, and Mineski just had two fewer windows to actually get their neck in the door and actually make something happen. It was just a tough game, and you see in that last fight, one by one, Mineski, they all fall down.
It's just when Chen doesn't even leave the jungle for like 10-15 minutes in the game, and you're still losing your other lanes. That is, I mean, you can't really ask for a worse start. And we've often seen Mineski start off like that, but still come back and win the game. And you know, it's normally because they have heroes that are suited to do it. But a hero like Centaur, you give him a lot of safe farm. He's not a Naga Siren. He's not going to set He's not going to set up big fights for your team later on. And to me, that pick, the downside to Centaur, and really the way they had to play him was, like you said, just be very aggressive early on, drive the Lone Druid out of the lane, knock down the towers quickly, and then start ganking. I think a little bit too passive for that pick. There may be some delay issues factored in, but all in all, I just got to say Neolution really outsmarted Mineski and just outplayed them in this one.